made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I
Right.
continue to make a lot of mistakes along the way. And I think the biggest one is, I'm considered one of the best interrogators in the world.
Mhm.
Yet I still married somebody that was not for me, completely not for me.
Okay,
So
then, let's stop there. Okay, so because this is a real Mr. and Mrs. Smith
it
story.
really, it really
So,
is, yeah.
so you're this interrogator. Did your husband know that this was your line of work? And if he did, because husbands and wives talk about what they're doing at work, were you inadvertently, unknowingly feeding him the intel about the work you were doing?
I wasn't. I think a lot of people think that. So he did not marry me to steal secrets because there was really no. I mean, he grew up in the cartel. He was a child of the cartel, and I
Uh-huh.
and I, and I said the easiest way that I can describe it, that's probably closest to what he described to me, was like Ozark, where the kids were just kind of into they became part, it became part of their life, and it
It
became
was their
part of their
life.
existence, right?
Mhm.
And when you're a child, you can't really get out of it, and
Right.
so his father started dealing drugs in the millions when he was young and when he was in high school. So the only way that I explain it to people is I grew up in an environment where there was gunshots. So
Mhm.
listening to gunshots was the norm in my neighborhood. So for
Mhm.
him, seeing lots of money, seeing lots of cocaine, seeing lots of drugs and strippers and all that was part of the life because it became normality. And as
Mhm.
crazy as that sounds, that's the easiest way that I can describe it.
Checks out, makes sense to me.
Right.
So here he's in the cartel. When did you come to the realization that he was in the cartel?
He told me. So the way that it all happened, and again, the irony. So when I had my contracts, they all were canceled because I had travel contracts. I'm thinking I'm gonna be at home with the kids. And he was like, no, you gotta go work. So I go and work at the DEA office. So this is
Uh-huh.
the crazy part. I'm here working at the DEA office now. I was working night shift in the wire room because now technology is different. Now we can tap into phones and all that. So I'm working as a
Right.
supervisor in the DEA wire room in Houston. My book is finished. He decides that he wants to read the transcript before he goes to editing. So I said, cool, read it. But red flag number one, when we started dating, he said, I don't want to talk about anything from my past or your past or my childhood or your childhood. I just
Uh-huh.
want to start the relationship from when we met on. And I
I
thought,
bet he
okay,
did.
fun. But red flag number one, right?
Yeah.
Then this story is also in the book. The day of my wedding, I overheard a conversation between him and his dad through the walls.
Uh-huh.
And the dad said to him, don't marry her. She's gonna fuck us over. And I heard that conversation and I went to my best friend who was my bridesmaid and I told her, I'm canceling this wedding. And I
Hmm.
remember because she cried for weeks after this all came out.
Right.
She takes me to the balcony and she's like, look at all these people. Look at this insane production of a wedding that you're having. He is for you. And I remember telling her I wanted to end the wedding because I felt like he was going to turn just like his father. And
Uh-huh.
his father and I never got along because his father
Hmm.
never wanted us to be married.
Hmm.
So that was that was my gut instinct. And because of my friend pursuing
And
me
you
to
didn't
all,
know what his father did.
I didn't know. I didn't know, but I knew that there was
What
just
wasn't right.
I knew that there was something there. You always know, but you start having children and you start running a business and you get lost in the sauce. So
Right.
anyway, I come home from the DA office, second shift. It's 6 a.m. And he says, I need to talk to you. And I said, can this wait? I'm so tired. And he said, no, I need to talk to you now. So he's like, can you sit? And I said, okay, I sat. Keep in mind, I had my gun on me. I had it in my back holster.
Uh-huh.
So he tells me, he says, I need to tell you something and it's not good. So the first thing that came to my mind was he got another woman pregnant and
Oh God.
having his baby. Okay.
Right.
I wish